Cool, when you're ready.
So yeah, my audience will be from 15 to 19-year-olds, sorry. But also have to allow
What's the password?
Cocoa Chops.
Cocoa what?
Cocoa Chops.
Got it.
18, sorry, Cocoa Chops 18. But yeah, you have to, I have to be able to keep in mind that I have to
There's a little bit of a wider audience.
there is wider audience. For example, not just for higher education, but also even a BTEC course, like older people do want those qualifications as well. These are my colour schemes, however it's the middle one that I have chosen. As everyone has already suggested, blue is the main colour that links in with the college. However, I went for a contrasting colour as well, to give it some contrast. The other colours didn't seem right. The one on the left seemed too neutral, and one on the left seemed a bit too dull-ish. These fonts, the ones on the left are the headings, and two ones on the, so like these two will be the ones that I use. The one on the bottom will be the one I use for headings, and the one in the middle will be used for subheadings. It's because they're relatively the same. There are very, very slight differences in the G, S, all sorts of stuff. As for the body copy, I'll be using the top. It's Baskerville, Old Face. It's just a nice font, really. It can appeal to most people. So these are my initial sketches with a small little mock-up. The initial idea was to make 4 small separate booklets, each with like different subjects: art, photography, graphic design, and media. However, I've already developed that and thought about making that all into one. Within it, there'll be like mostly just images with text. Some pages will have more text than others, but it will mostly be images. I want it to look more like a magazine that the younger people will tend to read more. So the title that I've chosen is Sense. It forms from the word taste. I wanted to incorporate all the senses that people would find and discover at Chai College. I've got a little mock-up of the design, what it would look like. I've also developed the headings that would appear in the booklet as well, to art, illustration, graphics, animation and photography, because it just seems more appealing. As I said, the unique selling point is to make it look more like a magazine that young people will want to read. There will be some pages where, for example, the image on the right, top right, there will be pictures of like an art kit or a bag full of equipment and stuff, like a hard drive or a Mac or something, with little price tags and where you can get them from, cheapest maybe. So this will be associated with magazines that have like prices of fashion items and stuff. So that's where I got the inspiration for that. And that's it.
Cool. I was really excited about the art kit page.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, I mean, that's definitely magazine
Yeah.
focus area. And it's the kind of thing that I've seen in books that, like the student handbook, you know, that you can find. I'm trying to connect that to your other areas that you've now like defined in section, which is missing a massive area, for example, fashion and sculpture.
Well, that's maybe another one that I can add on.
Yeah, well, in a way I'm saying, do you really need those sections? Or are you trying to force some logical sections on this that don't really need to be there? So for example, the student kit stuff, that's kind of general, isn't it? Like, which student is not going to need a digital camera, hard drive, do you know what I mean? Pencils, pen, those kind of bits and bobs, right? So that's coming at it from a very, very much more of an experience perspective. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, and that leads me on to thinking about how they can save money on food while they're studying here and
Maybe
things
a
like that. It's
budget
like
page,
useful.
yeah.
You know, it's not just, oh, we do like nice art. No, we also care about your experience here.
It's like actually looking for the right places and the cheapest places to buy stuff.
Would you just be doing the kit on one page of one type? Would you spread it across each topic, or would you do it just for one time?
Well, as Dan said, it's too general. As he said, there'll be like everyone pretty much needs a camera, a laptop, like pens, pencils, all that kind of stuff. So it'll probably be on maybe one or probably two spread.
I think what Ollie's saying is you could do art kit for
Yeah.
different areas if you wanted. but
textiles kit.
Is it necessary? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's making
Go on, Kim.
the page. I kind of exactly the same as Dan. I like the one. The rest of it was like struggling, and then you show me the page of the magazine with items for sale. Now, I think that's got something, and then that makes me think. Magazine. Let's make it look like a magazine. Youngsters like magazines. Maybe something kind of like story kind of thing. You know, here's Jacob. He's going to be a graphic designer, and his toolkit is, you know, and
Here's the
instead of making
good
it,
times that he's had, the bad times that he's had.
yeah,
It
a
could be
little
like
story about his
experience.
experience at Chichester College, and could have like Roy Lichtenstein bubbles coming out of it, and then here's a paintbrush, here's his kit, £30. It includes this, and this. Because the art kits aren't the same. I teach
No.
architecture, and we all seem to have missed architecture out.
I'm sorry.
Huge.
and sculpture.
Yeah, and we have they have a scale ruler, they have, you know, completely different things to even my graphics kit. So, you know, and then you could be selling it on this. We do fashion, we do architecture, but the story of it, and then people didn't only just pick it up as a leaflet.
No.
They'll pick it up, and you know what, you sit in front of the telly of an evening, and I can see them sitting there flicking through it, watching the telly, reading it. You're going to get them to keep the leaflet will go on the side, and guess what college they're more likely to go to than travels to the end, because they're going to keep it. You know, when I had my own business, I used to do magnetic, slightly larger than normal cards, and people thought I was bonkers because it cost me a fair bit to get them printed. About 10, 12 years down the line, when I'd started in teaching, I still was getting phone calls from people who had that flipping thing stuck on their fridge door. You know, so it's, you know, it's these things you've got to get people to engage with it, and I think that's got something.
I think if you were immediately tasked with doing a prospectus for Northbrook, right? The first thing that comes to your mind is, right, I'll do a section on the different kind of areas, or go via courses. You're trying to put a logic on it, but we've got a prospectus that does that. It's got sections in. What we're looking for is your unique perspective on student experience, and how the best parts of that student experience, the fact that you are still a student yourself now, and why you love that, needs to go across to that person, and that's what needs to be communicated.
More relatable, more
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
hones in
Yeah.
on the students and
Yeah,
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 yeah.
absolutely.
their
Their
views.
experiences,
Yeah.
And that could be on a story, couldn't it? Because Jacob could bump into
It could be- yeah, it'd be
someone
re-
else
it'd be
and
really
they're
interesting.
chatting the thing, they could be chatting about the different things in their courses and then they could meet someone else from fashion and then, I don't know, it could all get a bit too fussy.
Don't be
but-
afraid
but
to
you know,
take
how's
that
it
bit of
possible?
logic out of it in a way
Yeah.
and allow it to be a bit more emotional,
Mm.
I think. Yeah? Any other points, Bart?
What was your title? Because I didn't got it.
My title is sense,
Why?
as in like sight, smell,
Because it
taste.
makes sense.
Exactly.
Mm,
Get a sense of Chichester College.
yeah. Okay. No, I was thinking just separate to something else, but that's just me. Go on.
So use that as a mind map and build off it.
Yeah.
What things do make sense here? Not just the areas,
Yeah,
but you know, having an art kit is going to make your grades go higher, and you know those
Especially
kind of
if it
things. You know,
Sense.
exactly. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.